I desire a lot of things in a relationship: respect, kindness, loyalty, and consistency. These are non-negotiables, but there are some standards I have for dating a person which I felt in the past could be flexible under certain circumstances. That was where I made a big mistake. I love ambitious men. I love men who are always looking out for the next big thing, men who have a steady source of income and still looking out for other opportunities. But there was a time when I settled for someone who was just living on seasonal jobs. I encouraged him to not rely on this kind of living and to find a 9 to 5 so that he could have multiple streams of income, because I too had a job and a small business on the side. He said God forbid that he work for another person and only gets paid monthly. He believed that his current hustle was paying more. So what did I do? I supported him in every way I could. Compromising my standard here wasn't such a bad idea because I saw potentials in what he was doing. But guess what? He ghosted me after 6 months, and I found out from him a year later that his last relationship, when he left me, ended because the girl did not appreciate his hustle like I did and insisted that he got a job. The intriguing part of the story is that this man came back to me to help him get a job so that he could be man enough for the woman who dumped him. It's the audacity for me. What I did after this revelation will shock you, but that is a story for another day. Another thing I compromised in this relationship for the same man was privacy. I do not like the idea of a single man living with his family with no immediate plans to move out and be on his own. Whenever I went to visit him, he was always needed for one thing or the other. He was dependent by living under the same roof with his family, so he could not have 100% privacy, and the intrusion made me uncomfortable. So I decided to only be visiting when everyone else traveled. The car he was driving wasn't even his car, as I learned later on, because he was denied access on one occasion he was supposed to see me. Matter of fact, he was not allowed to leave the house because he claimed it was for safety reasons. It was during the COVID pandemic, but at that time, there was no lockdown. So that excuse did not make sense to me. Still, I tried to be understanding. I did not want him to feel our relationship was hitting the rocks because of the things he had not achieved. We were the same age and I too was trying to make something out of my life, so I felt it was a reasonable thing to not pressure him. But I know better now. I have learned my lesson and I understand now that there is no standard too high for a man. Men seem to even prefer women who have high expectations of them. They see rejection as motivation to prove that they are man enough. I regret settling for less and I promise myself to never compromise my standard again. I will support a man and make sacrifices, but I will not settle for a man who does not have his life together. Potential or no potential, he better come correct or not come my way.